Miracle Boy Boxing, guys. I am your host, Austin Cruz, and ladies and gentlemen, the Axeman Nicolas Walters is back. Wow. Just came out of my living room, now into the studio, the Miracle Boy Boxing studio, and I had to jump right on here, man. Wow. Um, Talk about an upset, maybe? Because, yes, Nicolas Walters is a former world champion, a veteran. Um, But this man has not been in the ring on TV in 6 years, compared to Adorno, who's much more active, who's been fighting for 6 years and more. Um, Joseph Adorno, man. Yes, he fought a world champion, former world champion in the name, but Walter has not really been fighting, man. Matter of fact, he fought twice prior to this fight. Took on a couple tune-ups, really soft touches. But tonight was his real fight for the first time in 6 years against Lomachenko. And Walters looked pretty good for a 38-year-old, and for a guy who hasn't been in a real fight in 6 years, he looked pretty darn good to me. He looked physically strong. The X-Man, man. He looked confident. He was ready. Sticking that jab out. That jab was peppering Adorno all night, man. He was relaxed, using his experience, using his jab, constantly snapping Adorno's head back, and just walking down Adorno. Adorno, of course, had his moments, man. It was a good fight. Adorno landed some good solid shots, combinations, busted up Nicolas Walters' nose, and got a point deduction. Got a point deducted, unfortunately, for throwing a right hand after the bell. I was looking at something and I missed that shot. I missed the point as a reason why the referee deducted a point. And when the replay showed, I was like, okay, yeah, Adorno deserved the point deduction. It was a clean, blatant, cheap shot. But Walters took it well, man. It was a hard right hand. I was surprised Walters didn't buckle or shake, but he didn't. But yeah, the fight was close in my opinion. I think the point deduction made it worse for Adorno because it was a close fight. But in the early rounds, I saw a lot of the early rounds go to Walters. So Walters was winning winning the fight alone with his jab. I was like, wow, I think Walters is winning this fight. I said that like in the 6th, 7th round. I said Walters is winning this fight. I'm seeing him winning it with just a jab. And Walter has not really been opening up lately. I mean, in this fight, he was just using his jab and walking Adorno down. Well, Adorno, being himself, not consistent with his combos, with his punches. He has a good he throws a good flurry in spots and then he stops. That's one thing in Adorno. He's not a consistent fighter, man. When it comes to throwing punches, throws 1, 2, 3 combinations and then he stops, hands up. He waits. He's got to be more active, man. This is a bad loss for Adorno yet, even though he stepped in with a former world champion and a veteran. This guy hasn't fought in a real fight in 6 years. He did a couple tuna before this fight. And prior to that, he didn't fight for 6 years. He did those tune-ups late last year. Now he fought Adorno now. 38. Adorno was supposed to go in there being 24 years old, man. Adorno with he was supposed to beat Walters. Coming in, you would think Walters is going to lose, and, he's being used as a stepping stone for Adorno. Man, Adorno, he got beat. Not a good thing for Adorno, man. I mean, his career, I give him credit. He fights everybody. He signs a contract, he gets in there, and he does it. But it's all about he's not consistent with his career. One day he fights, he wins. Another day he fights, he loses. He gets 2 losses back to back at times. He picks up a win. Um, yeah, I don't know. I'm not, and the thing is, he's only 24 years old, man. Adorno has been through a lot in his career. He's fought some high level competition, and he's only 24, which means he can also improve and fix things. And there's time, man. He's 24. You can't count out Joseph Adorno yet. I don't really want to count him out because he's good. Because Adorno, not only he's young, 24 years old, man, but he's got talent. He's not blessed hands for no reason, man. He's got speed. He got power. He can box. He's got to be more consistent with his punching, with his punches. He cannot do 1, 2, 3 combos and stop. If he was letting his hands go more against Walters, he would have had more success because Adorno can punch. He's got speed, he got power, and he's got good timing. He's got good reflexes as well. At times during the fight, he was throwing that left hook, and Walter was at a good distance from him. Just watching him swing that left hook and miss. So, desperate moves. But yeah, man, Walters, I said it. I was saying it before the fight ended. I think Walters won this fight. Could have been a draw. Well, they got it correct, man. I'm not here to be biased. It is what it is. Adorno won maybe 4 rounds, 5 maybe. But 4, I'll say, I think majority of the fight went to Walters, man. Using that jab. Adorno lost this fight, and wow, it's a setback. It's a setback. Especially losing to a 38-year-old, former world champion, veteran, all that stuff. 38. He's been in a real fight in 6 years. Tremendous win for Mr. Walters, the X-Man. This will set him up to this will get him closer to a world title shot at 38. To try to become a 2-time world champion. In a second weight class. But we'll see what happens, man. It's interesting to see that that Walters is back. He got the win, and let's see what kind of damage he can do at 38. I mean, he did some damage tonight with Adorno, but stepping it up more. Let's see what he can do at 38. Of course, obviously back to the drawing board for Adorno. This is not the end, man. He's 24 years old. He still has a career ahead of him. Regardless of how much of the amount of opposition he's fought, Adorno is only 24. It's crazy. Feels like he's been around longer than that, but he's only 24. Miracle White Boxing, guys. I am your host, Jose Cruz. Nicolas Walters has defeated Joseph Adorno by unanimous decision. Don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel, guys. It's all about Talk Together Boxing right here. And I'll see you guys in my next video. Peace.